Planet Dolan.
What animal grows its own food on gardens that live on its arms? What kind of a horrible aquatic beast has the scientific name vampire from hell? From the Warty Frogfish to the Dumbo Octopus, here are 15 of the most bizarre creatures living under the sea.
Hey everyone, my name is Melissa. I'm here to caress your brain cells with weird facts from all over the world.
Number 15. The sea pen isn't a single animal. It's the general name for a series of invertebrate colonies that sit on the ocean floor. They got their name because they look like a bunch of quill pens sticking out of the sand, but they're actually carnivorous. They feed on plankton, sometimes more than a mile deep in the ocean. Number 14. The scientific name for the vampire squid translates to English as vampire squid from hell. So with that, you'd assume some sort of huge monster that sucks all the blood out of whales or something, right? Well, it's not. It gets to be about a foot long, and it feeds on tiny bits of animal and plant matter that sticks to its tentacles. It's more of a scavenger than a predator. Number 13. You know how frogs have that throat pouch that they can puff up with air? Well, the black swallower is a fish that has a similar look, only instead of filling up with air, it fills up with the other fish that swallows it whole. This nightmare of a creature is able to swallow fish up to 10 times its size. In fact, sometimes it swallows fish too big for it to handle and ends up floating to the surface. Number 12. If you want to picture a warty frogfish, all you need to do is basically take Nemo and make him disgusting. This fish is also known as the clown frogfish, and it basically looks like a disfigured clownfish. It's also incredibly violent. They are known for attacking any creature that crosses its path, including their own mates. Number 11. When you hear the name sea slug, there's a lot of things you might think of, but none of them are very attractive, are they? Well, get acquainted with the blue glaucus, a species of sea slug that basically looks like a real-life Pokemon. Believe it or not, this brilliant blue coloring is a camouflage on the underside of the slug. They float upside down against the surface of the water. The blue on their bellies blends in with the blue of the water as seen from above, while their backs are a gray-silver color to blend in with the water's surface as seen from below. Number 10. Fangtooth may sound like the name that better suits a dinosaur, but it actually refers to two known species of fish with massive jaws. Their fangs are so huge, they actually evolved sockets on either side of their brains to hold them. Although they look terrifying, they're basically harmless to humans. They live up to 5 miles deep in the ocean and can only grow to be about 6 inches long. Number 9. Well, we've already seen a vampire squid from hell, so why not see an angel? The sea angel isn't a squid though, it's another type of sea slug. This one only swims in the water and has a translucent, almost gown-like appearance, though they grow to only about 5 inches long. Number 8. The leafy sea dragon is related to the seahorse, but it is slightly larger and obviously way more camouflaged. The creature gets its name from the leaf-like appendages on its body, which serve no purpose other than to hide it from predators by making it look like a floating piece of seaweed. The fins it actually uses to swim are almost invisible. Number 7. The barrel eye is a fish that stumped even marine biologists for decades. And the weirdest thing isn't even that its eyes are actually shaped like round barrels, pointing upwards. It's that those eyes move around in the middle of its completely transparent head. Number 6. The chimera, named for the Greek monster of the same name, is closely related to sharks, evolved in a slightly different way, like having few, grinding-style teeth rather than multiple rows of fresh-tearing ones. Little is known about the chimera, since they usually live at depths that are difficult to study. But they appear to be a prehistoric species, as very similar-looking fossils date back to the Jurassic period. Number 5. Narwhals are the species you're most likely to have heard of before, since they've been memed a few times. But still, let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that these literal unicorn whales exist, and that the horn is a tooth. And rarely, once in a while, you can find a double-tusked narwhal. Number 4. The sea pig, obviously, has nothing to do with pigs. It's actually a form of sea cucumber, but you can probably see the resemblance between them and a land-based pig, especially since their method of feeding involves rooting around in deep-sea mud, digging up deposits of organic material to eat. Number 3. The Dumbo Octopus is named for Disney's floppy-eared elephant of the same name, and it's easy to see why. This octopus looks like it has big floppy ears about its eyes, but those big ears are actually fins, which it flaps to swim. You know, like Dumbo flapped his ears to fly. It fits. Number 2. The Kiwa hirsuta is also known as the Yeti crab because of its big, hairy pincers. But that isn't the weird thing. The Kiwa hirsuta is basically a self-sufficient gardener. It uses the bristles on its arms to grow colonies of bacteria. The crabs actually wave their arms around to provide the bacteria with fresh supplies to grow. Then, once they've cultivated the bacteria enough, they eat them. Number 1. You've probably seen the blobfish before, because of this famous, gelatinous mass of fishy flesh that looks like a grumpy old neighbor. The reason they look like that is because their bodies have no swim bladders, and their bodies have no real form. They rely on the pressure of the ocean water at 4,000 feet deep to squeeze their squishy skin into a consistent shape. This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.